Hi, everybody. I hope that your afternoon is going well. It is February the 7th, 2026. This is episode two of my podcast. My name is Jeremy, and as known as Saved Patriot, it's an okay name, I'm guessing. So I'm really glad you're here today. So if you listen to episode one, you heard a little bit about who I am and what this podcast is about: faith, struggle, healing, and purpose, and also the real journey of walking with God. Today, I want to talk about something we all go through, but not many of us like to admit. What happens when faith feels far away? So, segment one is the quiet struggle. So, there are seasons in life where God feels close. You pray, and it feels like someone's listening. You read the Bible, and the words just hit differently. You feel peace, you feel direction, but then life happens. Maybe something breaks, maybe someone leaves, maybe your prayers go unanswered, maybe your heart just feels tired, and suddenly that closeness with God feels distant. You still believe, you still know that He's real, but the feeling isn't there, and that can be scary because we start asking questions like, did I do something wrong? Is God disappointed in me? So why does He feel so far right now? So here's something that I've learned the hard way. Just because God feels far doesn't mean He is. Our emotions are real, but they're not always reliable. Feelings rise and fall, and faith is deeper than that. There were times in my life where I felt completely alone, especially in the military. I've served in the military for 9 years, and I grew up in going to church every Sunday, every Wednesday. Um, did a lot of activities with the church, and I was dedicated to church. But then when I joined the military, I didn't have that stability, and I fell away from God. I fell away from my faith. I had many Christian friends growing up, but then when I joined the military, I kind of just I slowly went down that hill and off that cliff. So I just I felt completely alone, like God had gone silent. But looking back now, I can see something I couldn't see in the moment. So He was still working and still protecting me. He kept on guiding me, even though I couldn't feel it. And sometimes God is doing His deepest work in the quiet seasons, not the loud ones. So we don't like silence. We don't want answers. We want direction. We want clarity. But sometimes God allows silence for a reason, not to punish us, not to abandon us, but to grow us. Because real faith isn't built in comfort, it's built in uncertainty. Anyone can believe when life is good, but faith becomes real when you keep trusting God, even when you don't feel Him. So I looked up a scripture, and the scripture for today is Isaiah 41:10. It says, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God." So I kind of want you to reflect on that and on that scripture, on that verse, and comment, uh, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about that, how it pertains to your life. Um, and it also says, "I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." So notice something here. God doesn't say, "You'll always feel me." He says, "I am with you." And that's a promise, not a feeling. So, what do we do when faith feels weak? If you're in one of those seasons right now, Here are a few simple things you can do. Keep showing up, even if even if you feel your prayers are empty, even if your heart feels heavy. Just keep talking to him. He listens. He's always there. He's omnipresent. And also stay in the Word. Even if you read a couple verses a day, let God's truth speak when your emotions are loud. And remember your past victories. Think about the times God carried you through something. He didn't stop being faithful. And also be honest with him. You don't have to pretend. You can tell him you're tired and confused or hurting. He already knows. So take a moment and ask yourself, when was the last time I truly felt close to God? What has changed in my life since then? Am I relying more on feelings or on faith? You don't have to answer those perfectly. Just think about them and just pray to God. Pray, and a personal reminder. If no one's told you this today, God hasn't given up on you. He hasn't walked away. He hasn't stopped loving you, even in your worst moment, even in your darkest thought, and even in your lowest season. He's still there, sometimes closer than you think. So I just want you to kind of sit on that and think and see what God has revealed to you. He's going to reveal it, whatever His plan for you is. He'll reveal that. Stay straight, stay focused, and stay strong in your faith and your walk with Him. And there's a book that I wrote recently, When God and Country Collide. It talks about how, like, where we started with George Washington, how we got away from England, how we made our own country, how George Washington, our country was based on faith and religion and God. And God we trust. That means something. That means something to me. I'm sure it means something to you. But I highly suggest that you read this book because this book is a guide back to where we need to be with God, our walk and faith in God. So look this book up, When God and Country Collide. It's on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. Take a look at it. Let me know in the comments. Comment. Uh, direct message me. Let me know what you think about this book. This is a guide back to where we need to be in our walk with God, right here. So, in that said, thank you so much for spending this time with me today on the Saved Patriot Podcast. If this episode spoke to you, please share it with someone who might need to hear it. And if you haven't already, please follow, like, comment, or subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. Next time, we're going to talk about something powerful, how God uses broken people to do meaningful things. So until then, stay strong, stay faithful, and please remember, you're never fighting alone. Thank you so much.